I used to feel guilty for taking time to myself. Like even working out felt really selfish. And for the longest time, I thought that I just didn't have enough time. And that was like my excuse. But that actually wasn't the problem. As a full-time working mom, getting home from your 9 to 5 and still having to make dinner and clean and do laundry, and if the kids have sports practice, take them to that. It just always seemed like I was putting everybody else first, and there was always something to do. So that's when I realized that like it wasn't that I didn't have time, because on the days that I did have some free time, I still didn't use that time to myself and to go work out, because I always felt bad. I always said like, okay, instead of doing that, I could be cleaning the house, or I could be spending time with the kids. Like for me, it was always those two things that just gave me the biggest guilt. And so that was the hardest part, was getting away from that mindset that any free time that I had to be used, doing something around the house or spending time with the kids. And it wasn't until I realized that if I kept with that mindset, like I was never gonna be able to work out, because you're always gonna find something to do around the house. Your house can be super clean, you can have dinner made, and you're always gonna find something because of that guilt. Same with your kids. Even though you do so much for them already, when you have that free time, you're gonna feel that guilt of like, oh, I could be spending this time to like color with them or go to the park with them. But like realistically, like your kids also don't want to spend all time with their parents, right? Like they also want their own free time. And it was hard for me to learn that. But once I knew that, like that's what made it okay for me. And I kind of like gave myself like permission to like go and make that time for myself to work out. And so removing that guilt is what has helped me throughout the years to stay consistent and learn that taking time for myself is also important. And so once I realized that, and I started to make that shift into, okay, taking time to myself is not being selfish, like working out is actually good for me. And it actually made me a better mom, because I had more energy, I was in a better mood. And aside from that, I was also showing my kids, what it look like to take time to yourself and show them a good example of living a healthy life and taking care of yourself. And so for me, it was finding that balance that finally helped me break away from that mentality that I had to be this like perfect mom all day, every day. And so once I started balancing everything in my day, just how I was prioritizing, making sure that I had a clean home and that dinner was done. And I was also spending time with my kids and doing their favorite activities. Then I started to also prioritize making time for myself and working out. And so once I started doing that, that's what really helped me create this like healthy lifestyle that's truly sustainable and that I enjoy and that I don't feel guilty or bad about. So I just think we have to remember that, as busy moms, it's very important to make time for yourself. We do so much for everybody else. And, out of 24 hours in a day, you're taking so little time, 1 hour, if anything, from your day to take care of yourself and to prioritize working out. I think making that shift, it's what's going to make you create that healthy lifestyle. And you can start with little changes, like taking 20 minutes to go on a walk or 20 minutes to do a quick workout. And once you start creating those habits, that's when things get easier. And it's only going to help you create a lifestyle that you love and that you don't dread and you don't feel guilty about. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. I make videos to help busy moms simplify real food and create everyday habits one day at a time. If that's something that interests you, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.